প্রিয় শিক্ষার্থীরা, আশা করি ভালো আছো। এতদিনে নিশ্চয়ই রুটিনটা পেয়ে গেছো। পরীক্ষা তোমরা অনেক দিয়েছো, কুইজও দিয়েছো। কুইজের সময় প্রত্যেকটা পরীক্ষার নিয়ম আলোচনা করা হয়েছিল, তোমরা সেভাবেই লিখেছো। আজকে আমি তোমাদের আবার সেই নিয়মগুলো একটু স্মরণ করিয়ে দেব। হ্যাঁ, আমি কথা বলছি 20-21 সালে যারা পরীক্ষা দেবে তাদের জন্য। অবশ্য যারা এবছর পরীক্ষা দেবে তারাও একই নিয়ম পালন করবে, কিন্তু ইতিমধ্যে তোমরা নিয়মগুলো জানো। আসো আমরা দেখি ইংরেজি প্রথম পত্রের যে 11টা প্রশ্ন তোমরা লিখবে, সেই উত্তরগুলো কি করে লিখতে হবে সেটা আবার একটু স্মরণ করে নেই। Dear students, when you are going to write the exam, of course, as you have already done, you have to write your name, roll number, section, date and subject, so that we can be clear that you are writing the exam very seriously. It has to be nice because you are writing exam. First, take a look at the question that you have in the board exams. First, you are going to get one passage from where you have to answer number A and number B. From this one, you are going to answer both A and B. Number A is going to be multiple choice questions. You are going to write down answer to question number 1A, then giving the numbers, and then you have to write the options. Whatever the answer might be, first you write number A, then number 1, then the word that you are going to write as the answer. That is the way it has to be. If you miss one of this, you are not going to get the marks, of course. Then again you are going to write answer to question number 1B and start answering the questions. Very brief answers, to the point answers. You are not going to copy the answers from the text as it is, but you have to turn it in your own words. You are going to get A, B, C, D and E. 5 answers you are going to write from number 1B. After completing number 1, A and B, you are going to move on to number 2. You are going to get another passage for writing answer for number 2, and that is the flowchart which is given in the question in the horizontal order. So the answer that you are going to write, first you have to write following is a flowchart showing the causes and aspects of conflict. This is just for example. I have written this one. You are going to write answer to question number 2. Then you are going to write this sort of thing. The sentence might be different, but the meaning has to be same. You are going to draw 6 boxes horizontally, giving the number for each 6 boxes. Then one thing that is given in the first box, exactly the first box should be copied in the first one. And the rest of it, you are going to give answers either in phrases or words, not writing the entire sentence. You should not copy the things from the sentences, but you have to make the phrase or the words, the answer according to the answer's demand. Number 3. For number 3, there you are going to have another passage, or it can be a poem also. It is from the text, of course. Summarize the following text. For example, in this question there is a passage, but you might get the poem as well from the text. You are going to write number 3 as you have written previously. The summary that you are going to write, that is 1/3 of the given text. It has to be 5 complete sentences, of course short sentence. It should not be copied from the given text. I mean exactly you are copying the lines and put it into it. No, it's not that. You have to make your own sentence. You should not give the examples, only the main points or ideas that you are going to summarize. That is number 3 that you are going to write. Before writing number 3, you have to read it very attentively and find out the main thing what you are going to write about. After completing number 3, let us talk about number 4. 4 you are going to get one passage which are given the clues and you have to fill up the gaps. Over here, choose the words first, then one by one, if necessary, you have to make the grammatical changes. And in the question paper, you are going to give the answers vertically one by one. A, B, C, D to J, one by one vertically. That makes the writing very, very clear and neat. And this is going to give us a good idea about you, that you know all the answers. First, you select the correct word from the box, make the grammatical changes if necessary, write the answer vertically. I repeat, you should write the answers vertically, what you have done in case of quizzes as well. That is for your benefit that we are asking you to write vertically. Now let's talk about number 5. Number 5 is fill in the gaps using suitable words. Here also you are going to get one passage with 10 gaps, A to J. You have to read the text very carefully, then you find out the suitable vocabulary and use the proper grammatical form of the word. Then you write just the answer. You should not copy the passage that you have in the question. You can write down A, B, C, D to J vertically. Vertically makes it very clear, so you can write it confidently and vertically. First think about it and then answer the question carefully. Answer to question number 6. Number 6 is rearrange the following sentences to make a coherent order. Here you are going to get 10 sentences. First of all, you are going to make a vertical box. In the first part of it, writing serial number. Second part, rearranged number. The serial numbers are going to be in English numerals. And the answer that you are going to make is exactly the one which is given in the question paper. It might be Roman number, it might be ABCD, but make sure that you are using this number in this way. In the second box and in the first box, the serial numbers. And the points that you need to remember in this case is, first of all, you find out the correct order, which one is going to be first, which one is going to be second. Then write the numbers properly and cleanly without any double writing. The numbers given in the question must be written in the rearranged form. First serial number, next rearranged number. You must use pen to write the numbers, not pencils. No double writing of the numbers. The text can be copied beside the arranged number. I mean, over here you are going to get the empty space. After writing the numbers properly, you can use this space for copying the lines that you need to. Rearranged numbers must be given according to the example here. You have to write it vertically. If you write horizontally, as you have done in the quizzes, somebody, you might have got crossed marks. So be very careful. It has to be in vertical order as it is shown over here. After number 6 starts part 2, number 7 starts from there. Write a paragraph on food adulteration on the basis of the answers to the following questions in about 200 words. And there you have 5 questions. It is not that you are going to get food adulteration. Any other topic might be there, but you are going to get 5 questions. What you are going to do, answer to question number 7 is, you have to write down the name of the paragraph. You must follow the given questions. Cohesion between the lines has to be maintained and it has to be within the proper word limit that you get. It must not contain SMS language, which we call Banglish actually. We just write it unknowingly. You must have only one para when you are writing the paragraph. You should not have any opinion that might hurt any other's feelings. Of course, be very careful about this one. And paragraph must be clean and to the point. No extra thing. The length of the paragraph does not matter. What matters is the questions that you have to answer and the proper things that has to be written in your paragraph with a nice conclusion within the demanded word limit. It can be 200 words, it can be 150 words. Whatever you have in your question, you have to follow that instruction. Answer to question number 8. Answer to question number 8 is, the following is the beginning of a story. Complete in your own words. For example, here we have 2 lines. Follow, there is the dot over here. What you are going to write is, in case of writing the story, you have to copy the given lines or beginning of the story. This can be underlined too. The story should continue after the copied lines without giving the dots in the given question. Mind it, you don't give the dots you have in the question paper. You just carry on immediately after the line. It can have 3 to 4 paras as you wish. It should not be too long because it might not have enough time to be completed. If you write too much, you will not be able to complete your story and you are not going to be able to complete other questions as well. Remember that one. You better carry a moral in your story. It should not be destructive or anything unacceptable story, words or any it should be avoided in there. Your writing should be a positive one, gives pleasure to others, gives something hopeful. It must have a name on top of the story at the very beginning, which should better not be the moral of the story. So write a wonderful story that we can get some pleasure from it. Now you have number 9. In number 9, it can be email as well as informal letters. In this question, it was informal letter. Suppose you are Alif or Adrita, you have just received a letter from your pen friend Clara, who lives at 70 Downing Street, UK. She wants to know about Bangladesh. Now write a reply to the letter. I have not given the example of the letter. I have given you the emails model, but you might have the letter as well. In case of writing number 9, if it is email, you have to write down these points: from, to, sent and subject. It must be written within a page if the answer is email. In case of letter, you can take more than 1 page. But if it is email, it has to be written within 1 page. It may have 2 to 3 para, but it has to be 1 page. It depends on the question whether you are going to write the email or the informal letter. Remember, it can be letter, it can be email as well, but both are informal. If it is email, it has to be within 1 page, of course. We are left out with 2 more answers. Number 10. In number 10, we are going to have a chart. It can be a pie chart, it can be a bar chart, it can be any kind of graph or linear chart. Whatever the question is, in this question it is pie chart, but you might have the others as well. Look at the chart. It shows the sources of USA electricity in 1980. Now analyze the chart focusing the main aspects at least in 80 words. The second line you have to notice. You have to analyze the chart focusing the main aspects. Whatever the chart might be, depending on that chart, you are going to give your answers. You have to give the name of the writing that you are doing. You have to follow the word limits as you are given. You have to provide the informations in detail, and you have to highlight the main features, avoiding the repetition. You are not going to give any conclusion for your chart. It should not give any sort of comment. The last one, number 11 of your question paper. It can be a poetry, Most of the times it is unseen, not from the textbook that you have. It can be the poem, it can be a piece of writing, article or anything. When you are going to write this answer, you have to be very short. You should not copy the lines from the text. It just give the main idea or teaching that is given in the text. So you have to be very cautious about writing. When you are writing these answers, read the question first, understand it properly, and then start your writing nicely. শিক্ষার্থীরা, আশা করি তোমরা কিভাবে উত্তর লিখবে এখন স্পষ্টভাবে ধারণা পেয়েছো। সবাই সুন্দর করে লিখবে যেন পরীক্ষা ভালো মতো লিখতে পারো এবং ভালো করে আমরা খাতা তোমাদের চেক করতে পারি। সবাই ভালো থেকো, সুস্থ থেকো। আবার তোমাদের সাথে নটর ডেম কলেজের ক্যাম্পাসে দেখা হবে। ধন্যবাদ।